guys, welcome back to Truthatude. I'm Lindsay, and if you are new to this channel, welcome and thank you. I put out videos every Tuesday and talk about building women's confidence and the different issues that women face in both their personal and professional lives. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so we can continue to grow this community of awesome sisters to support one another. So today I'm going to be doing another Q&A session. It was wildly popular with you guys last time, and I decided to try to make this a regular thing. So thank you everyone who sent in questions, and I will just hop right in. So the first question is, and I actually get this question a lot, how old am I? I actually am 33 and my birthday is this weekend and I will be turning 34. So I actually get this question a lot, and a lot of people are surprised when I tell them how old I really am. Most people tend to think that I'm like 23, 24, 25, which thank you very much. But no, I will be 34 this weekend, so I'm really excited. I have something special for my Truthatude tribe to celebrate my birthday, and I will touch on that in a little bit. But I wanted to dive into our second question, which is, what do I miss about Colorado? So as many of you know, if you've watched my channel for a little bit of time, I currently live in Orlando, Florida, but I'm originally from Loveland, Colorado, the official sweetheart city, I might add. But I moved here, actually it will be 8 years ago, and I just wanted a change. But I do miss Colorado. I think it is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. And one of the things that I miss the most about Colorado is, one, the sense of community. I think that people in Colorado are generally more warm, more welcoming, and there is a bigger sense of community. Whereas what I've noticed in Orlando, there's just so many people coming from all over the different places in the world and all over the country that there isn't really a sense of togetherness or community, at least from my perspective, compared to Colorado. So I do miss that sense of community. And then obviously I miss the beautiful mountains. I miss the nature. I miss being able to play outside all year round, because there's things that you can do in the winter and summer, whereas in Florida, the heat in the summer is absolutely debilitating. And I lived in Phoenix for a really long time, and honestly, I would rather... Ooh, that's a good question now that I think about it. Would I rather have dry heat, like in Phoenix, where it feels like your face is gonna crack off, or would I rather have heavy, humid heat, like here in Florida? I think because of my skin, I would have to say I prefer humid hot, but I also really miss being able to curl my hair. So I think like dry hot would be good for that. That's one thing I miss. It sounds silly, but in Colorado, because the air is so dry, that cold air really holds a curl really well in your hair. So that might be like a silly reason to miss Colorado, but I have super straight, like Native American hair. So I try to curl it and then it just doesn't curl. And I've never had frizzy hair in my life, but somehow the humidity in Florida makes even the straightest hair frizzy. So there's that. But definitely the nature I miss. You know, I miss my friends, and but I definitely miss the beautiful mountains. And I'll tell you a funny story. When I moved to Florida, I completely lost my sense of direction, because in Colorado, everybody knows the mountains are west. And you're either going towards mountains or away from the mountains, and all my Colorado people will know that. But in Florida, you can't even see the horizon. So you literally have no idea which is north and south and east and west. And then also, all of the roads go north and south and east and west. It's really just, you just don't know where you're going. Anyways, so back into the questions. This question came from an Instagram follower, and I decided that some people are not comfortable with me saying their names, so I'm not always going to say who asked their questions, because I did get a little bit of feedback on the last one, so I appreciate that. If you're not comfortable with me sharing your name, please just ask anonymously. But keep those questions pouring in, because this has been really fun. So the next question comes from an Instagram follower, and if you're not following me on Instagram, it's the Lindsay Servine. How many tattoos do you have, and what do they mean? Okay, so I don't have a lot of tattoos. I have one really large one on my back, and it is a combination of a treble clef in the shape of a ribbon over a cross. And that is the biggest tattoo that I have. I actually drew that when I was in high school, and I got it years ago. But I'm a singer, and I also have really strong faith, so that's kind of what that symbolizes. I also have a scorpion on my back that kind of goes up vertically on my back, and that's because I'm a Scorpio. Whoop whoop, Scorpios. I know, a lot of people are scared of Scorpios, whatever. And then I have a heart on my ankle, and that is a homemade tattoo that I got from my brother back when we were still living our thug life days. He actually built a tattoo gun. He emptied a pen and used the pen casing and a wire hanger and a threaded needle with some Indian ink, and he took a motor out of like a little remote control car and attached it so that this little pen created kind of a tattoo gun, and he wanted to test it out, and so I was in 7th grade and said, sure, why not? So I drew a heart on my ankle upside down, and then he just slowly stitched in, and I never got it fixed. I might eventually, but I kind of like that it is kind of an homage to my thug life days. And if you're curious about more of my life back then, you can listen to I was interviewed on my friend's podcast, Because Life podcast, and I kind of tell my whole life story. So if you're interested in hearing that and a little bit more about my thug life days, check that out. I will leave a link in the description box below so you can find that. But yeah, so that's one tattoo that I have. And then I also get a lot of questions about this tattoo. So it's upside down in the camera, but it is not an L. It's actually a, let's see if I can do this in a better way. It's actually a gamma. And then you can see that this butterfly, it has a semicolon for the body. So I actually get a lot of questions about this tattoo. It is not a L, it is actually a gamma, and then there's a little butterfly with a semicolon for the body. So this tattoo symbolizes quite a bit. So the pink rose and the gamma, I am a sister of Sigma Lambda Gamma National Sorority Incorporated, and I really love my sisters. They are my family to me. The sisterhood, you know, from coast to coast has just been so influential in my life. And so that's what that symbolizes. And then the purple butterfly is actually in memory of my best friend and line sister, Brittany, who passed away from complications of lupus. So the purple butterfly is one of the symbols for lupus, and so I got that for her. And then the reason that it has a semicolon for its body is because I believe in raising awareness for suicide. I have had struggles with suicide in the past, and it's kind of a reminder to me that there's a reason why I'm here, and also it's a little connection point to people who notice this tattoo and they know what it means. Usually people who know what this means have had some kind of struggle with suicide, or are familiar or know somebody who has battled that or lost someone to suicide. So it's kind of this, I don't know, it's just this connection to bring people together, and I get asked about it a lot. So that's what those tattoos mean. I'm trying to think of my other tattoos. I had some tattoos removed from my thug life days, but I won't go into that. So those are the tattoos that I currently have. Am I missing any? 1, 2, 3, 4? No, I think that's it. So that's a great question, and I've never been asked that question. Well, I have been asked that question before, but not by anybody on here, so thank you. I do plan on getting more. I love getting tattoos. I actually had a 3/4 of a sleeve drawn up, and I got it, I did like a semi-permanent ink so that I could wear it around for a couple weeks to see if I really wanted it, and it turned out that I got the super professional job back in the day and couldn't have that tattoo, so it worked out. So anyway, LaCroix time. So the next question, oh, I like this question. If you could meet or collaborate with any YouTuber, who would it be? Ooh, so I would definitely love to at least meet Adrian Mishler of Yoga with Adrian. Yoga has transformed my life and has definitely changed my relationship with my body. I struggled with an eating disorder and have just really struggled with my relationship with my body, my relationship with food, and yoga has just really kind of transformed that and really evolved my understanding of how important the body is, how it works, and just gave me a greater sense of awareness for my body. So I actually started my yoga journey in 2018 because my friend recommended that I watch Yoga with Adrian, and I did the 30-day yoga challenge, which I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can try it out. And I have been hooked ever since. I've never done a yoga class in person. I never did yoga beforehand. I just literally am hooked on Yoga with Adrian. I do yoga, one of her videos every single day, and I love her so much because I can literally Google, I use her like a Google, where I'll Google yoga for runners, and I knew she had a video like that. She even has like yoga for writers, I'm a writer, yoga for golfers, I play golf. So I just really enjoy her yoga channel. She's super chill. I would love to meet her. So if she sees this one day, girl, I would love to meet you. Another one would be, well, another influence on YouTube that I just really appreciate and has really helped me grow, not only as a person, but in my business, is Kimberly Ann Jimenez. She runs the Business Lounge and she has a podcast, a great YouTube channel, but she really helped me develop my online business and just helped me stay focused and not get overwhelmed when I was building my business from nothing. So I would love to meet her. I don't know if it would make sense for us to collaborate together, but I would never shut down the idea. So I would definitely love to meet those two. The biggest YouTube influence of my life, I actually did meet Matthew Hussey. I went to his live 6-day retreat back in 2018, and it was a life changer. If you have not caught on to Matthew Hussey, I really think that you should check him out. He is an amazing dating expert, but he goes so much deeper than just dating advice. And I met him, I got a chance to speak with him about some really personal things that I was struggling with, and his retreat did for me in 6 days what 20 plus years of therapy could not accomplish. So I am forever grateful to him and his whole team. They are phenomenal. He is just a brilliant human, and I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to meet with him and talk to him. He's such a brilliant, passionate, genuine, loving guy. So I'm just really thankful that I had that opportunity. And I actually got my 2 best friends out of that retreat, which was just a lifelong gift that I could never ever repay him for. So I'm just eternally grateful to him. But yeah, that's really the only YouTubers that I would ever want to meet. I haven't really seen any YouTubers that I would want to collab with, just because what I do is so different. I'm not like a beauty guru. I would love, ooh, just kidding. I would love Sam and Nicole from, I think it's Sam and Nicole, oh god, from Pixie Woo. I think they changed the name of their channel. I would love for them to do my makeup. They are the best makeup channel out there that I think, honestly. I want to say it's Sam and Nicole Chapman. ooh. But anyway, Pixie Woo is what their channel used to be, and I used to do all their makeup tutorials. I'm not a beauty guru. I used to want to do beauty tutorials on Facebook, and then I realized, like, no, I'm just not. But I would love for them to like collab with me and do my makeup. That would be amazing. So shout out to Pixie Woo, or whatever their channel is called now. I'll have to look it up. 2 more questions and then we'll wrap it up. Do I only do content for women? No. So Truthatude is a platform dedicated to empowering women through coaching, through content, etc. And yes, that is specifically dedicated to women. That is where my heart is. However, recently, to popular demand, I recently launched the Insider podcast, and it's a really cheeky play on words. It's actually inside her, but it's Insider. The Insider podcast gives men dating advice from the female's perspective. So I kind of did a lot of research and realized that there wasn't a ton of great advice out there for men in the dating sphere, and that there were some prominent men out there giving other men dating advice, and I just really did not enjoy it. I think it misses the mark. It leaves females completely out of the equation, and I'm just gonna say it, that often men give men bad advice about women. I just thought I would throw in my 2 cents into the podcast sphere and see what I could do for these guys and help them out a little bit. So no, I do not only do content for men. No, I do not do content only for women. Just the majority of it is dedicated to women. The Insider podcast is for men. I will say this though, most of my content I would like to think could be universal to men and women, or those who identify with male or female, because a lot of it has to do with just general confidence and the different layers that go into being a truly confident person. So I think that's universal. I also think that the relationship and dating advice that I give to people is pretty universal, because it basically just talks about becoming the best version of yourself before you get into a partnership, and then how to be kind and respectful and authentic in a relationship. So really, I think that my content doesn't have a gender preference. So I'll just say that. Oh, this is a fun question. What am I listening to right now? Right now, I am super into Noah Gunderson. He was actually the last concert that I went to before quarantine back in February, and man, he just has such a beautiful voice. I'm low-key in love with this dude. Noah Gunderson, he's just such a beautiful raw talent. I really enjoy him. I'm also really into Isaac Gracie right now, Louis Capaldi, Peter Manos, which I'm really digging. So I'm really listening to those kind of 4 or 5 people right now. That's kind of what's currently on my playlist, but I'm always mixing it up. I listen to everything from country to classical to R&B to old school rap. I don't listen to a lot of new stuff because I just think it's a regurgitation of the old stuff. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm into right now. So that's it for the questions for this video. If you want to have your question answered and featured on the next video, feel free to email me, you can DM me, you can leave me a comment. I will answer your question. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. That helps us grow this channel. I really hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, because that also is a great way to support me and what I'm trying to do for all of you. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more inspiration, you want more content, head over to the blog truthatude.com. You can also follow me on social media, on Facebook at Truthatude, and on Instagram at @TheLindsayServine. I will leave all the links in the description box for you. Thank you again, and don't forget to subscribe one last time, and always stay true to the Truthatude. Ciao.